the 4th of November. It is officially Christmas season. I'm so excited. I may or may not be already wearing a Christmas jumper. I would say winter jumper, but there is a snowman on it and it's just very Christmassy. I need to show it to you actually because it is absolutely wonderful. I got it in London at a thrift store near Brick Lane, I think, and it was only £10 and it's handmade. So I have to leave around 10 to 10 and it is almost 9. So on Mondays, as usual, I have my poetry class, linguistics, and then my phonetics class, which I'm really anxious about because I have an exam today in phonetics and I'm really not confident at all. I really hate phonetics and I'm not really good at it, which is something that I despise. I hate not being good at things. I'm a perfectionist and I have performance anxiety, so it explains that. I've been revising my little revision sheets that I made, but I'm not confident at all. This week was my autumn break. I've been really anxious about this, and I've been also really anxious about my results from my midterms that I had the week before, because we're going to get our grades back this week, so we're probably going to get our poetry grades back today, maybe linguistics, although I do have another class on Tuesday, so maybe tomorrow. And tomorrow we will also be getting our British history grades back. I've been really anxious, although there was Halloween and everything, but I had no plans, so I ended up watching The Nightmare Before Christmas as always. I did go to the cinema a lot, which was really nice, and I got a subscription, so now I can go to the cinema whenever I want, and it's free basically. Well, it's not free because I have like a subscription, but it's really not expensive, and I'm really glad because the cinema is like my second home. It's a place where I can go and just feel like I can breathe when I'm in front of a movie, so it was really nice. I think I went and saw 3 films. I'm going to see another one tomorrow evening, another one on Sunday, and then another one later on in the month. So I'm really glad about that. Also, I subscribed to Le Petit Trois, which is a newspaper. I don't know how to explain it, but it is absolutely magical. It's very whimsical. There's a lot of poetry, philosophy, poetry. It's really inexpensive. It's a small business. It's also made in Paris. I am going to keep revising and I will see you later. This day would never end, partly because my metro kept stopping in between stops, which was incredibly frustrating, and I probably ended up spending 15 minutes more than I should have in the metro. 20 minutes actually, but it sounds very petty, but it actually feels very long, especially on line 12 when it's crowded. You don't want to be on line 12 when it's crowded. At peak hour, when everyone is coming home from work, from school, etc., you don't want to be there. Because I don't know why, but line 12 is always warm, always hot, no matter the weather. It was 6 degrees Celsius this morning. It was still hot in the metro. It's horrible. It's really horrendous, especially when there's so many people. And line 12 is already a slow line, like the metro is really slow on this line. So having it stop in between stops makes it even worse. As I mentioned this morning, I was going to get some of my grades back from my midterms. I ended up only getting 1 because we didn't get our linguistics grade back. We're probably going to get it tomorrow, I don't know, along with our British history one, but I did get my poetry grade back and I am pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied. So our grading system in France is out of 20 and I got a 15. Here it is, if you haven't seen video of like my week of midterms. It was a guided commentary on a poem, and the poem was composed upon Westminster Bridge, September 3rd, 1802 by William Wordsworth. I just loved the poem so much. So that was good. And we had linguistics, which was boring, per usual. And then we had our phonetics class, and this was the most anxiety-inducing thing because we had an exam. The first of our 2 exams for this semester. I think I mentioned this morning, but I was just really not confident. I hate phonetics. It ended up being okay. It was a pretty short exam. I really am not expecting much at all for that exam, but I don't have phonetics next week because next Monday is a national holiday, so we don't have classes, but that is probably going to make my overthinking even worse because I'm going to have even more time to think about the grade, but I'll try not to. Tomorrow I have my discussion class, British history, and then linguistics. So yeah, and I have to finish an assignment for British history. Today is the 6th of November. You can probably tell that I'm not in a very good mood. I stayed up all night. I couldn't sleep. Actually, I was so anxious. I watched the polls all night long and I am absolutely appalled at what happened in the US today. I don't want this to be the tone or the focus of this video, so if you don't want to hear any of this, please skip to a different part of the video. I really don't mind. This is the only time I'm going to be talking about it very briefly, but I do think that it is important to speak up about these issues, especially if you have a platform. As small as my platform may be, of course, but I do think that it is important, and it's something that concerns me very deeply as a young woman. So I think it is important as young people to speak up and to talk about these issues, and I just wanted to say that my heart goes out to women in America, to people who are part of the LGBTQ community, people of color. My heart goes out to you. I think it's absolutely disastrous. That's all I wanted to say. It's an event that's been causing me a lot of anxiety, and it's not my country, but still, it affects us all because of the US's impact on the world. I was prepared for the worst, but I did not expect this. I really did not. For the margin to be this far apart, I did not expect it, and I think it's probably noon-ish, and I spend the entire morning watching the BBC, CNN, talking to my family about this, and yeah. I'm going to talk about something else because I don't want this to be the focus of this video. It's not the point, but like I said, I think it's important to just talk about these issues freely. Yesterday I got my British history grade back from my midterm, and I think I mentioned that our grading system in France is out of 20, and I got a 19.5 out of 20. It's almost a perfect score. So I can't believe it. I'm really happy. And not to brag, but when my professor gave me my copy back, she said, "Excellent work and a beautiful handwriting." And this is my handwriting, by the way. I was quite flattered. I mean, I knew my course very well, and it's a subject that I'm very passionate about. It's not like I had to do an enormous amount of work to retain all the dates, the information, because it was already in my head. Second of all, I did want to show you something that I received this morning, but I will preface by saying that I've always loved stationery. Even as a very small kid, I used to have so many notebooks that I would not even use. I would just keep them and look at them, and sometimes I would use 1 or 2 pages and then just stop using them. I had an obsession with stationery, but especially with stickers. And around 6 or 7 years old, I started a collection of stickers, and I had a binder full to the brim, filled with stickers, meticulously organized. There was like a whole filing system, and I would just look at them. I could not bring myself to use them. As I grew up, this obsession stuck with me for some reason, as well as my obsession with stationery in general. I adore notebooks, papers, pens. Now that I'm older, my favorite thing is Victorian inspired stickers, and I also love purchasing beautiful hardcover sticker books. So I actually got one from my shelf, which is part of a series of 3. I have all 3. They're called the Antiquarian sticker books, and I pulled out the Imaginarium one, but there is the original Antiquarian sticker book and the Bibliophilia sticker book. And they're all absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite pages. The Christmas page. This one is stunning as well. There's a cat-filled page, which is also a preface for what I'm about to show you. Autumn-themed page, which is probably one of my favorites with the Christmas one. There is a beautiful Halloween one as well. And this morning I received this sticker book filled with Victorian cats by Cynthia Hart, who is an author, illustrator. And the good thing is that also there are illustrations on the back of sticker pages. Once you've used all the stickers, you can just rip out the page and use them, so such as these. Are they not absolutely wonderful? Look at these ones. There are such tiny detailed ones. They're so adorable. This page is amazing as well. There's a page where you can dress the cats. It's a really beautiful book. Oh, I love this illustration. Studies of cats. Good evening. The days are getting shorter and shorter every day. It is around 5:30, I think. Autumn is quietly withering away, and I can't help but feel quite sad about it, because it somewhat feels like my kindred spirit in many ways. I feel like I can truly connect with myself when it's autumn, which I know may sound strange to be so attached to one season. I'm in this sort of transitional space between autumn and winter that I'm not particularly fond of, because I'm just sad of seeing autumn go so quickly. I don't know why this year it felt particularly brisk and it didn't stay long, I felt. That may be because of the fact that I started university and now it seems like things are going by very quickly, even more so than before. This morning I had my lecture from 10:30 to 12:30, and then I came home. I didn't do much. I was very tired. I've been very exhausted and very achy. My whole body hurts. My body always hurts in general. There's always something hurting because I am hypermobile. I can do stuff like this, which is not very normal, and every joint in my body cracks. It is a symphony. So there's always something hurting, but lately, for the past week or so, I've been especially achy all over my body. Like just achy and sore. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cold. I am very sensitive to the cold. I'm always cold. I love it, but I'm always cold. And then a bit later in the afternoon, my mum and I went to the shops and I got 3 things. I got some twine. I love wrapping my Christmas gifts with twine because I love wrapping my gifts in a very vintage way, using like craft paper, like cutouts, stuff like that. Green and gold and the sort of cream and gold, and I thought they would go very nice together, so I got that. I have been wanting to do this for a while and I'm kind of annoyed at myself because I didn't really give myself the time, because there was always something to study, always something to do. I got myself some film. So this is the film that I usually get. I got it last summer. It's really good. It's pretty inexpensive and it's black and white, which I feel like is quite fitting for the winter season. And it's also 36 photos, so I'm excited to put it into my camera, which I've been longing to use because I haven't used it since the summer. So I'm excited, to say the least. But yeah, I feel kind of annoyed at myself because I did want to get some film for autumn and I did not, because I wanted to capture the beauty of autumn on film. It's not yet totally gone, but it does feel like it's withering away. I'm going to put my film in as soon as I can. I will start taking pictures. Anyway, see you later.
That's why you're famous. That's why everybody knows your name.
Excuse me, do you mind? Everywhere else is full. Not at all. Happy Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Ron.
Looks like you got one too.
And produces the elixir of life, which will make the drink immortal.
I belong in your world, Hogwarts. It's the only place I've got friends.
Friends who don't even write to Harry Potter?
Okay, come on, shh. Okay, come on. No.
Ancient runes. That's a fascinating subject.
Ancient runes? Exactly how many classes are you taking this term?
A fair few.
Hang on, that's not possible. Ancient runes is on the same time as divination. You have to be in 2 classes at once.
Don't be silly, Robin. How could anyone be in 2 classes at once?
It just got worse.
Look at the nice dead ferret.
Good afternoon. It is Sunday. I think it's a bit over 4:15, and I'm halfway through my Harry Potter marathon. I'm currently watching the Goblet of Fire because I finished the 3rd one earlier this morning, and I have to say I think it's my favourite along with the Half-Blood Prince. It's been a very quiet weekend. I worked a bit on my timeline for British history. I submitted some work, some poetry, for Le Petit Trois, which is the newspaper that I subscribe to, that I think I talked about earlier. They called for submissions for their December issue. It's probably not going to go through or anything, but you never know. I submitted it. I liked the theme. It was festivities, feast and la fête. I have zero hope, but we never know. I still have to write my paragraph for poetry, and I have to write it on The Applicant by Sylvia Plath, which I'm excited about because I love Sylvia Plath and I already read it and I really liked it. It's an interesting poem. At 5:30 I'm going to see Gladiator 2, and it's a premiere. It doesn't change anything, it's just the fact that I'm seeing it before it comes out. It's going to be a very quiet week as well because tomorrow's a national holiday and on Tuesday 2 of my professors cancelled, so I'm basically going to university for an hour on Tuesday, but I guess it's better than nothing. In total this week I'm only going to be going to university for 3 hours.